Hey everybody, this is just going to be another quick before and after. I want to get in here and get some of that water Sprite thinned out. This is my Gourami tank and it's due for a water change, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I've been trying to take some photos and I've been up against the tank nice and close, and it's just so dimly lit that even being right here on top of it, it's just really hard to see what's going on over there on the left side of the tank. So I'm not going to remove all of the water Sprite that's in there. I'm just going to get in and thin it out. There's a lot of new babies growing. You can see all those roots hanging down. Each and every one of these is new babies that are stemming off of a big mother plant in there. So I'm going to get in there and do my best to thin it out and open it up so I've still got plenty of cover and plenty of vegetation floating in the tank. I do like that. I do like the look of the roots hanging down. It's just a matter of striking a balance. I've always got to do some maintenance to keep it where I want it. If I just let it grow, it just really takes over, and before you know it, you won't be able to see anything at all in there. So I'm going to get in there and do a little water change and remove some of those plants, or at the very least some of those plants. Once again, it's a little late in the evening, so I don't know if I'm really going to do the water change or not. But at the very least, I'm going to get in there and remove those plants, or a lot of those plants on the left. So let me get going with that, and this will be your before, and in just a few minutes we'll see the after. Alright, we just got started draining it, so I'm going to actually shoot this little segment with the flash on so we can get a good look at what I'm doing in here. This is what I've got to clean out. That is quite a lot. So this end doesn't have a whole lot going on, but you can see this temple plant has actually gotten all the way up to the surface, and this Java fern that I have rooted to the big piece of tree stump in here, the big piece of driftwood, whatever you want to call that, this Java fern is actually growing up and out of the water, and the tips of it are brown where they're, you know, exposed to the air and the light shines directly on them like that. So I've got my work cut out for me. I'm going to get a bucket and I'm going to start pulling some of this stuff out and thinning it out. And hopefully in a few minutes here we'll have a nice light tank that we can see down into. Look at the way that twists when it grows. That's really cool looking. So that's a big chunk of the mama plant right in there. So hopefully those big thick branches like that will stay intact, and I'm just going to get in there and trim out between them. So I wound up getting in there and doing quite a sizable water change. I probably did maybe 40% water change on it, and I wiped the glass down, and I really got in there and thinned out the water Sprite considerably. Now it turns out that the reason it was so dense and so thick and, you know, the preventing so much light from coming through was that I also have the broadleaf, or I think of it as just regular old water Sprite. And I had a lot of little babies of that all through the lace leaf, and that's what all those roots we were seeing were. I'm sure if we look, you can actually see a little bit of it on the spray bar in the back. Everywhere where you see these broad leaves, that's little baby water Sprite plants, and they were growing in there so thick that I didn't realize that that's what was completely covering everything up. So I took a lot of those out. I didn't take them all out because it's always nice to have a source of regrowing more. I wound up throwing so much away, and on top of what I wound up throwing out yesterday, I cleaned out my 125. I had to get in there and trim that water Sprite out as well, and that has left me with half a bucket of waste material. So once again, we had a nice big thorough cleaning in there, and the tank looks a whole lot better now, and I'm sure all of the plants down around the bottom, which at this point is nothing left but the Java fern, will appreciate getting a little more light like that. So that's about it. I said this was going to be a simple before and after, and that's pretty much all it was. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you're not already. That way you don't miss anything I have coming up, because you never know what you're going to get. So thanks again for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you real soon on the next one.